All right, Matt. So what do we have in Grandma's cookie jar today?
Let's see, Willie. What Grandma got teed up for us today? Grandma has just go out and play.
Oh man! All right, I'll let you.
You want to start? You want me to start
yes,
this one?
Please.
I don't know what your childhood was like. But I was super, super blessed to live in a brand new constructed neighborhood. So it had roughly 40 houses. It was a new subdivision. Everybody was kind of moving in at the same time. And and so there were tons of kids in the neighborhood. So the way my day ultimately usually manifested itself was, from the time that we were in school, kindergarten, get home, get off the bus, and basically my mom, put down your book pack, change out of your school clothes because you don't want to mess those up.
No,
and then just go out and play. So, and I think she learned this from her mom. So I think this was just kind of that carryover. There's a different story for where I spent some time with my grandmother, and her idea of play was a little different than my idea of play. But for this one, that idea of just going out and playing, and where that led to was 3 or 4 hours a day of just being outside, being with your friends, doing, most of the time we were doing whatever kind of the sport of the season was. So if it was baseball season, it'd be baseball season, and you're just baseball season. And, I look now, we had a diamond in my backyard. The fence was about 45 feet away. We were just, no matter if we were using wiffle balls, we were constantly hitting the ball over the fence. The backyard neighbors hated us after a while because we kept going in the backyard. So we had one evil backyard neighbor that kept the balls, which almost ruined the game because there was a season that we ran out of balls. But other manifests of that were we used to just, hey, we don't have enough people for a game. What the heck are we going to do? So It would be, hey, let's grab a fungo bat. Not sure if you know what a fungo bat is, but it's a really skinny baseball bat that you use for hitting fly balls.
Okay.
So they practice fly balls. All right, so I'm just going to use this particular kind of bat and hit fly balls. And there'd be 2 or 3 of us out there trying to compete and stand and catch balls. And whoever caught the most balls win. Yeah. And you just kind of think about all of the cool stuff that ultimately taught you. And that's where I'll kind of pass the mic to you, and just the childhood of just being able to go out and play.
So this idea, right? So what happens when you're out there with your friends? There are no parents there, right? There's no parents.
Right.
So you learned to do what? To interact with each other, to solve problems, solve issues. So just that idea that you
you got to choose teams.
You got to choose teams. The thing about we don't have enough to have a game, but we do have enough to do something else.
Right.
So how do you negotiate something else? Because the one kid that demands that it's always what they want to do is the kid that no one wants to play with anymore. Right. So you learn that. Oh, that's not good. No one likes me. Right. No one likes me. Right. So I need to change. Right. So
you're in a neighborhood, so you can't go too far.
You can't go too far. That's right.
But you might get out of the pack for a little while.
For a little while until you learned your lesson.
Yeah.
And then you came back and you said, okay, great. I now know how to share. Right. I now know how to play.
Yeah.
I now know how to interact with each other.
Right.
And those are the things that you do when you're on the team, when you go to life, when you work for a company, when you do whatever. People. So we've lost that. We've lost that.
We're moving away from it for sure.
Everything is organized. So let's take organized sports. Let's take organized sports. So now you got organized sports, and you got the parents there.
Yeah.
The parents now handles the child's problems.
Yeah.
So the child never learns how to deal. Because something happened, they look to the stand, here come mama, here come daddy. Usually some kids, the father's the coach or whatever, right? So I'm gonna tell you, I played organized basketball, and I never liked basketball. I believe this is why. So the 2 coaches were 2 fathers of the players, 2 players, right?
Yeah.
And they spend all the practice with them. So I said to him, I said, you're not teaching anyone else, because I played football with coaches who actually coached us, right?
Right.
Taught us stuff,
Yeah.
taught us how to do. And I said, you spend all your time teaching your sons. What about the rest of us?
Mm-hmm.
I want to learn how to do a layup too. I want to learn how to shoot a free throw.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, the reason I'm on the team, and I want to,
And then who gets the most playing time?
That's right. Right? This is not what this is. I might as well go play basketball on the court with my friends. I will learn more than to being on this team, right? And I couldn't quit because my mother had a rule: you can't quit.
Got to see it through for the whole season,
so
which also is a really good rule.
That's right. So I saw it through and I quit. And I never played basketball again. I never really enjoyed the game, sort of because of that. And had I played with my friends, I would have enjoyed it more. It would have been fun. The lessons that we came to do. So, we would do this in the park. And, I was a horrible basketball player, but I wanted to play. So I realized that the reason whoever got to pick the team definitely played. Mm-hmm. So I got good at shooting free throws. So
then you're the captain,
and I'm the captain,
and I get to pick.
I get to
my
pick
my first pick.
That's right.
Right.
Correct.
So, but some people might say that's kind of mean, right? Hey, there's 6 people out there playing, and somebody's got to go last. So, and then I think I know what you're going to say, but somebody is always going to be last.
That's right.
And ultimately, if you're that person that's last, man, is that a great kick in the pants for. If I don't want to be last next time, right, I better start working on my game a little bit.
That's right.
So you get kind of all that really good peer pressure.
You need to learn how to shoot free throws.
You went somewhere really interesting too in that, which was we quickly kind of migrated from, we'll call it kind of free form play to much more of a structured thing for our kids, and that's it. Watching that from the outside has been absolutely fascinating to me. I grew up in my world. My parents couldn't wait to drop me off. So I only played one organized sport. I played baseball, but it was like the tires were squealing because my parents were leaving the parking lot because they had like an hour and a half or 2 hours where, hey, the kid's being watched, free babysitting. And now how different that is, I mean, it's unusual. Now I am so happy. I get the biggest smile on my face where there's a few kids out playing road hockey or there's a basketball net that's set up on the side of the road. And there's a few kids that are just outside playing because of how rare that is. A couple of different points in this, which is, as you say, this is really helping us develop all of these really critical life skills, which I think tied into some sort of book. It's loosely titled Everything You Need to Know in Life You Learn by Kindergarten.
That's right.
And as we think about just kind of those basic concepts, it's super important. The second piece that I kind of wanted to kind of bring up in this is that as we mature, as we age, we lose that ability to play.
Yes.
And that, I mean, as I think about the things where where I want to work on some different things in my life and kind of go, you know what? That person that was that little kid that was that 6, 7, 10-year-old kid running around with friends, just free form play, probably was the best, most genuine expression of me.
Yes.
As a human and just being just free and flowing, if you will. And now we just kind of, as we grow and all these complexities that happen all around us and stuff, unfortunately, that thing that a couple things, we squeeze out curiosity and we squeeze out play. And the play then transitioning to fun.
That's right.
And kind of go, that's interesting.
So, no, you're right. So my wife talks about her father all the time. And her father would drop them off at the boys' club, I think it was, whatever. And he would drop them off there, and he would go play pickup basketball with the kids.
Yeah.
Right. And they said they would be there for hours, right?
Right.
And they were playing with the kids, and the fathers playing pickup basketball, and there was adults there, and they're playing basketball all day long.
Yeah.
Now, how she describes it is pure joy. right? When she talks about him, like he's happy.
Yeah.
He's having fun.
Right.
He's living life.
Yeah, smiling,
Right? Smiling.
just lit up.
And correct. And they're
Yeah.
out there playing, living life, having a good time. And he knows they're in a building somewhere. But he ain't saying, where's my kid? He ain't walking around looking for him, whatever. Hey, don't go outside. He played within this space. Peace out. I'm playing basketball. And they knew where he was too.
Right.
So something happened, they can go get him. But it had better been something. Not that Johnny wouldn't let me play with the ball today. Right? Mm-hmm. You had to deal with that. Johnny was playing the ball. You got to figure
Right.
that out.
Right.
Figure that one out.
Yeah.
And so when we were out there playing outside, we were figuring stuff out, right? Because stuff happened. And you didn't go, you went home, they said, go, so we had fun. You didn't say, well, whatever it was, right? Stuff happened, you just dealt with it. Oh, I fell and scraped my knee. It hurt. I cried.
What'd you learn?
Correct.
Yeah.
Not to do it anymore.
Yeah. You don't do that again.
Correct. And it's good.
Yeah.
And I went on my merry way. I mean, there were times we did stupid stuff, like my grandma's. We'd be jumping from garage to garage, and then you get a phone call. My grandma, you get home and you get a spanking, right? But you learn, don't do that no more.
Right.
But at the same time, you think about what did it take to even organize something like we've decided we're going to climb up we've figured out the distance between the garages. So we're doing math, right? We're distance between the garages and how fast you have to running to jump across, to get across to that garage, right?
Yeah.
And then the kids who couldn't run fast, they go, I can't run that fast.
Right.
And then they didn't do it, right? The kids who could do it.
Mission
and then,
Impossible
That's
style.
right.
Yeah.
Right. So all of that was thinking about problems and solving. How do I get to the top of the garage? I mean, all this stuff that we had to figure out, right? That really were teaching us to be adults.
The curiosity that you had to start executing, that sometimes, most of the time it went well.
That's right.
Occasionally it didn't.
It didn't.
When it didn't, that was okay.
It was okay. Correct.
Worst that happened, sprained ankle.
That's right.
Broken leg. Not that we want these things.
That's right.
But you're young. You repair.
You repair, you got better.
But think about the value of those things as you progress in life.
That's
and
right.
all of those, I have to work this stuff out.
That's right.
And whether that's in the future, with your friends, with your spouse, with your family, with your workmates,
That's right.
with anybody, you're a manager sometime,
That's right.
or you're a leader sometime. I was leading when I was like six years old.
That's right. Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Stakes weren't quite as high.
Right, that's right.
But if I'm thinking about it, it's
So then it was. With comparison, it was. That's right.
Kind of the purest expression of
That's
that.
right. Yeah,
So,
it was.
So kind of that nugget of, it's easy to overlook, but just that idea, go out and play.
Yeah.
Has a lot nested in it.
It does. And I want to say this. So going back to adulthood, as you were saying that, I was thinking, you see these parks in New York City, and you see all these adults out there playing chess, and they don't know each other, and they're just having a good time with each other, and people are coming and going, and they're just playing chess. And I see that, I'm like, wow, I wish I could do that. And I should just do it. Right. I should just go out and play.
Right. Why don't we?
That's
Why
right.
don't you?
Correct.
Why didn't you?
Yes, yeah.
Same thing's happening with pickleball.
That's right.
Which is another interesting thing, which is now as you're bringing this up, it's kind of, all right, so we used to play a lot as kids.
Yeah.
We had that. Then all of a sudden, this other stuff, this high school, this college, this life, this work, all this other stuff kind of.
Yeah.
So we almost create this kind of play and fun hole in the center of our lives, arguably the most vibrant. Yeah. And then at the tail end, you're getting together back again and you're playing cards, right? How many people that, whatever your game is, pickleball, euchre, all these different games where people are kind of coming together, chess, or a hobby or a craft or something like that. It kind of, so at that tail end thing again, all right, now I have time to play.
Yeah.
I have time to play. Interesting.
Yeah.
So do we think maybe a future construct of this is that, how do we start to move those ends
closer together?
Because it strikes me that the life billionaire would not have that really big hole of no fun, no play, all work. kind of thing for, whatever that can be a long stretch.
Yeah.
That can be 30, 40, 50 years of this hole.
And I think it makes you dull. All work, no play. That's right. Makes you dull.
Makes Matt a dull boy.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
All right.
This is good. All right. So
get out there and play.
That's right. Let's get out there and play.